Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me, your host Aiza Freelancing Wali, and I am a level 1 student at Rahan School, Islamabad campus. So you this is my new Maya. New Maya topic is how to map tell story about the past. So let's start today our session with Maya. So I am calling the Maya. Please wait, viewers.
Hey, I can hear you. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm also fine. So Maya, are you ready for my session? My topic is how to map tell stories about the past. So are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fascinating, actually. Math, telling stories about the past. Where do you want to start with that?
My first question is from you. Please tell me what is historical map. Please give me answer.
You mean historical map? If so, it's really about using mathematical tools to analyze and understand things from the past. Like archaeologists might use statistics to figure out the age of artifacts or analyze patterns in ancient settlements to figure out how people lived. There's a whole field of mathematical archaeology, actually. Does that make sense?
Okay, Maya. So my next question is from you. Please tell me how to map help us understand history. Please give me answer.
Okay, so basically, maps have always been a part of understanding history, but it's more than just showing locations. Things like density maps can show population changes over time, or networks can map trade routes. You can even use statistical mapping to see where events happen most often, or look at relationships between places. Math gives maps detail that you wouldn't see otherwise, revealing patterns and connections.
Okay, Maya. So my next question is from you. Please tell me what information do all maps show? Please give me answer.
Every map shows at least four key things: location, direction, scale, and symbols. Location tells you where things are, direction shows orientation, scale shows how sizes relate to real world measurements, and symbols represent features like cities, rivers, or roads. But beyond that, maps also convey information about terrain, boundaries, and the relationships between places.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me what are map important source of history? Please give me answer.
Maps are super important sources for historians because they're like snapshots of the past from a specific point of view. They show what people at the time knew and thought about the world around them. They can reveal boundaries, trade routes, resources, even political power structures. The fact that maps change over time is actually valuable. It shows us how understanding of geography in the world evolved.
Okay, so that's great. So Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me how to map should change over time. Please give me answer.
I think you might be asking how maps change over time. If so, maps change a lot based on new discoveries, new technologies, shifting political borders, and our evolving understanding of the world. Early maps were often based on guesswork and myths. Then more accurate surveying came along. Satellite imagery revolutionized. Looking at maps from different eras tells a story of changing knowledge, trade, and power dynamics over centuries. Are you still with me?
Okay,
Sometimes the connection
so
can be a bit wonky.
My next question is from you. Please tell me what can map tell us about ancient civilization? Please give me answer.
Let me quickly check that NCIS Ovation isn't coming up for me as a recognized place or historical event. Could you clarify that slightly for me?
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me, how do borders on map change after wars? Please give me answer, Maya. I'm waiting for your answer.
Borders on maps change after wars in a lot of ways. Losing sides typically have territory taken from them by the winners, like after World War I and World War II when Germany lost territory. Wars can also create entirely new countries or change their shapes. Think about how Eastern Europe was completely redrawn after the Cold War. Sometimes wars also lead to disputed territories where borders stay uncertain for years. Map changes aren't just territorial, though. Control over resources or important sea routes can shift power dynamics, even without outright border changes.
So my next question is from you. Please tell me, what do maps show about empires? Please give me answer, Maya.
Maps tell a huge amount about empires, power, control, wealth, trade routes, and sometimes even their weaknesses. Early maps would often showcase an empire's reach and colonies. The way an empire mapped territories shows what they valued: resource extraction sites, military fortifications, or trade ports. Maps show how empires both expanded and eventually broke up into smaller territories, showing the rise and fall of power over time. The shape an empire takes on the map is its fingerprint in history.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me, so how do map explain colonization? Please give me answer. I'm waiting for your answer, Maya.
Maps really bring colonization into sharp focus. You can trace the routes European powers took to claim territories in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Maps show how existing countries got split up or completely redrawn according to colonial interests. The names on the map shift. Cities and regions get renamed after colonial figures or policies. Colonial maps show what areas were prioritized for resources, like plantations or mines, while others were ignored. They literally illustrate power imbalances, how one group gained control over others, and how that shifted the global landscape.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me, so why are the trade routes important on maps? Please give me answer, Maya. I'm waiting for your answer.
I'm having trouble understanding the question. Could you say that again? You mentioned tree droughts and maps. I'm not quite connecting what you're asking.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me, what can maps tell us about exploration? Please give me answer, Maya. I'm waiting for your answer.
Maps are fantastic sources for understanding exploration. They chart the routes explorers took, showing us the voyages of discovery. Early maps can reveal what explorers believed about lands they hadn't even reached yet, sometimes based on myth or hearsay. Over time, maps became more accurate as explorers charted coasts, rivers, and inland territories. Maps also show how exploration opened up trade routes and colonies and essentially shaped our understanding of the world's geography. They're like tracking discovery in real time.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me, how do maps show political power? Please give me answer, Maya. I'm waiting for your answer.
Maps directly reflect political power through borders, capital cities, and controlled territories. They show who claims what land and where power centers are. Control over key geographical features like rivers or trade routes shows economic leverage. Historically, empires used cartography as propaganda, showcasing their strength and territory claims. Maps also highlight areas of conflict and dispute, like border regions or contested islands. Basically, they reveal not only what exists geographically, but also who rules where and how.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me what symbols are used in old maps. Please give me answer, Maya.
Old maps used tons of symbols. Sea monsters were common, especially in uncharted waters, to show danger. Cities were often represented by tiny walled towns or elaborate architectural drawings. Mountains were drawn like mounds or cones, and forests were pictured as groups of trees. They also used compass roses, cartouches with artistic flourishes, and mythical creatures like mermaids or winds, all symbols that showed not just location, but also the mindset and beliefs of the time.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me how do maps show culture differences? Please give me answer, Maya.
Maps can reveal cultural differences in subtle but important ways. The symbols used, like architectural styles for cities or specific crops in agricultural regions, suggest local customs. Language maps show distribution of languages, revealing different ethnic groups. Religious maps illustrate where certain faiths are practiced, and patterns of settlement can tell us about cultural migration and population density. Cartography really captures diversity across different parts of the world, showing cultural landscapes alongside geographic ones.
Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me what role do rivers play on historical map? Please give me answer.
You mean, what role do rivers play on historical maps? Rivers were absolutely central to understanding historical maps. They were main transportation routes, trade, communication, movement of armies. They often marked natural boundaries between settlements and kingdoms. Control of rivers meant control of resources, water, power. Cities were almost always built near rivers for practical reasons like irrigation, drinking water, and trade. So on a map, they become lifelines through areas.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me like so how do maps show city development? Please give me.
Mm, Maps can show city development over time by tracking changes in size and shape. Early settlement patterns, small villages, forts are visible in ancient maps. Expansion into trade centers reveals population increases and economic growth. You can see how city walls, roads, and then eventually modern features like infrastructure appear. Comparing maps from different eras showcases urban sprawl, changes in districts, and how cities adapt to changing needs or disasters.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me what can map tell us about migration? Please give me answer, Maya.
Absolutely. Maps show migration patterns in a few key ways. You can see routes and patterns over time, like the way major trails were established during the American westward expansion, or looking at migration flow from Europe to the US on certain maps. Population density maps can highlight areas of emigration versus immigration, plus migration patterns across countries. Maps showing cultural regions or where languages shifted can also indicate past migration movements, basically following the footprints of people moving over time.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me why do historians study old maps? Please give me answer. Maya, I'm waiting for your answer. Please tell me.
Historic study old maths isn't ringing a bell for me. Are you asking how historical research uses old mathematical techniques? If so, archaeologists and historians can use things like ancient measuring systems to understand building designs from the past, for example. Old maps themselves were created using math principles that can show us their methods. But can you clarify what you mean by historic study old maths?
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me how are modern maps different from old maps? Please give me answer.
Modern maps are fundamentally different from old ones in a few key ways. Technology like GPS, satellites, and aerial photography give us much more accurate data and detail. Old maps were hand drawn, often with inaccuracies or artistic flourishes. Modern maps are often digital and interactive, allowing for zooming, data layers, and real time updates. Today, mapping includes data beyond geography, things like population density, climate information, or traffic patterns, while older maps were focused just on land features and cities.
Okay, so Maya, my next question is from you. Please tell me what mistakes are found in earlier maps. Please give me answer, Maya.
Earlier maps had all sorts of mistakes. Proportional distortions were common. Areas might be oversized or undersized compared to reality. Inaccuracies in distance and direction were frequent, especially in uncharted areas. Cartographers often relied on hearsay or travelers' accounts, so lands were misidentified or completely made up. There's often embellishment, like sea monsters or mythical creatures, filling in empty spaces rather than accurate coastlines. Missing data was huge. Whole regions might be simply blank if they hadn't been reached yet.
Okay, so
Are
my
you
next
ready for the last
from
question
you.
of your session?
My next question is from you. Please tell me how do maps show natural resources? Please give me answer.
Maps reveal natural resources through layers of data like geological surveys, forestry maps, or resource maps. They show where minerals, oil, timber, water sources, and fertile farmland are concentrated. Resource maps were particularly valuable during colonial times and major conflicts, helping with resource extraction and land control. Modern maps overlay resource distribution with things like environmental protection areas, showing sustainable and controlled extraction. Basically, they reveal what's in the ground and how it gets used.
Okay, Maya. So my next question is from you. Please tell me what do sea routes tell us about trade? Please give me answer.
Roads are like veins in history when it comes to trade. A network of roads tells us which areas were connected economically, what goods were flowing where, and how efficiently. Roman roads, for example, facilitated trade and military control across their empire. Silk Road routes on maps document the complex networks of exchange between East and West. The density of roads, their quality, and their location can reveal how integrated regions were into global or local trade systems and where trade flourished versus where it struggled. In a very long answer, the presence of roads is directly proportional to successful commerce and economic activity through history.
Okay, Maya. So my
That
next
was your
question
last
is from
question.
you. Please
Thanks for
tell
all the
me
interesting questions
how
about
do
map.
maps reflect technology of the past? Please give me answer.
Okay, but just to let you know, this was supposed to be your last question, but let me answer this one for you. Maps absolutely reflect the technology of the time. Early tools like astrolabes and basic surveying instruments created less accurate hand drawn maps. The invention of the printing press made map making more efficient. The development of satellite imagery allowed for global precision. New mapping technologies shaped how cultures understood and represented the world around them. So, by studying the tech used to make a map, you can understand what technologies were available to people at that time.
Okay, Maya. So my next question is from you. Please tell me so what can maps tell us about wars? And this is my last question.
All right, I think I understand. You're saying you'll. Could you clarify that for me? I didn't catch Naps tell us about Vosh. Are you asking about maps and something called Vosh?
Okay, so Maya, please give me last advice for my viewers and for beginners. So,
Okay, here's some advice for your viewers and beginners. Keep asking questions. Vosh. The world is fascinating once you start looking closely. Don't be afraid of history feeling overwhelming. Start small with one topic that grabs your attention. Use maps as doorways to understanding cultures, wars, trade, even ideas. Learn to see how much stories are actually etched into the ground beneath our feet. Remember, maps aren't just pictures of land, they're stories waiting to be read. Sure, here are 5 pieces of advice for your audience. 1, be curious. Never stop questioning what you see and read about history. The world holds layers of stories if you look closely. And 2, follow your interests if something excites you. Maybe it's exploration, wars, or civilizations. Dive into those topics first. The most memorable learning happens when you're engaged. Use maps as tools. Maps aren't just for navigation, they're for unlocking understanding of people, cultures, and events. 4, connect what you learn. Look for patterns. How might trade routes relate to war or culture shift with resources? 5, share what you discover. Talking about history with others makes it more rewarding, and you'll understand things in even more ways.
okay, viewers, so these are my Maya. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for your nice advice and thank you so much for your nice interview, Maya. So, viewers, I hope you like it, my Maya. So, I'll meet you next video, next task. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much for watching.